Greetings and salutations, fine people. I'm Patti Alvarez. Welcome to The Good Soul, a show where we'll have supercharged chats with everyday humans from all walks of life and unpack what in their story will inspire us all. We'll extract the untapped wisdom, distill it, and serve it up to you in all the right ways that will engage, enlighten, and most of all, inspire growth within your soul. I think people are awesome. So join me on this journey through the hearts and minds of ordinary people to uncover the good soul within you. This is The Good Soul. Hey everybody, welcome to The Good Soul. I'm your host, Patti Alvarez, and this is episode 64, A Heavenly Head Spa. Woo-woo! So today we're diving into the world of scalp massages with Jessica Beaver. I'm going to refer to her as Jess throughout the episode. So Jess is the owner of Haven Head Spa in Mooresville, right by Pisces. Get ready to discover the history, benefits, and transformative power of head spa treatments, plus a peek into Jessica's inspiring journey and future plans. So let's nourish our souls with relaxation and wellness. So thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And most of all, thank you, Jess, for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So I am a big aficionado of massages, and I used to have extensions in my hair for probably 3 or 4 years. And I was on TikTok or Instagram one day, and I saw the waterfall, it was a reel, an ad. And I was like, I could never get a head massage because I have these dumb extensions in my hair. And I was getting my hair done probably about, it was in maybe October of this last year. And Josie said, Patti, why don't we take these out of your hair? And the first thing I thought of was getting my scalp done, getting a scalp treatment. So I was like, see you next week. She took them out and I booked with you. I booked with you probably like 3 months ago. It was my first time with you. I hadn't gotten around to it. And that's my story on how we found each other. And I'm sure my massage therapist at Zen isn't very happy because I've been replacing weeks with her, with you, because it's so heavenly. So thank you for doing what you do. It's magnificent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoy it so much.
Well, I can tell. So let's talk a little bit about you, your growing up and where you lived and what you liked and all that stuff. And then we'll get into more of the business aspect.
Okay. From Michigan, born and raised there.
Spartans.
Oh, with the sports. My God. Wolverine Spartans.
I don't care either way.
She doesn't care. And neither do I.
You love my analogy.
Always knew I wanted to live somewhere warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Lived in a variety of states, including Hawaii.
Wow.
And when I met my husband, we dated long distance and I ended up here.
Okay. How did you end up in Hawaii?
So the college that I went to set up interviews with a school out there.
Okay.
And I ended up getting hired to teach first grade.
Oh, okay. So you were a first grade. And obviously you were a school teacher before you took on this business.
Yes.
Were you only first grade, or did you do like first grade, third grade, or any specialties?
When I moved here, I ended up teaching second grade for several years. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I love a good love story. How did you guys meet?
Well, after I moved back to Michigan from Hawaii, with the goal of being a flight attendant, I did get a job as a flight attendant, and my husband and I met online, but because I was a flight attendant and could fly for free, it was very easy to see each other. An hour 15-minute flight from Michigan to Charlotte. So
And the price was right.
And the price was right.
Yes.
So he grew up here?
He grew up here, yes.
In Mooresville or somewhere?
Catawba area.
Catawba. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And do you still have family in Michigan?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yes.
Do
Most of my family is in Michigan.
Are they really sad you're gone? Like my family in New Jersey is
Oh,
sad.
well, they've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my family, I always say, like they've learned to love it here, but still, like my best friend who we all grew up together is in Austin now, and she went back to New Jersey for a couple weeks, and I got a selfie basically twice a day from all of them together without me. And I was like, FOMO, but I asked for it. So, and they know how happy I am here. So that's okay. So you met online. That's how my daughter and her fiance met. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world. Any kids?
2 kids,
Two
boy
kids.
and a girl.
Okay. And how old are they?
9 and 7.
9 and 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So inspire our readers. You're a mom. Are you teaching while you're a mom, or is that the former life?
Former life. I always intended to go back once they were, past baby stage and in school themselves, but started another business first, and after that I've just never really looked back.
Okay. And what was that other business?
The hot dog stand.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
So tell me about, like, I love this is like, I really like people to like hear stories about people reinventing themselves.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to get into that?
Well, I wanted something flexible that, I could do. My plan was mostly for Fridays and Saturdays starting out, but that I could, just not do if I was busy with the kids or if they were sick. But I really wanted to bring an income in as a stay-at-home mom. So we started the hot dog stand, and it took off on me so fast because we opened about a month and a half before we started hearing about COVID.
Okay.
And then neighborhoods opened up, and I just started getting booked like crazy. And
so you went, you were a destination. You didn't like park in Lowe's Foods or in the Shell station lot
I started out at Hobby Lobby in Mooresville every Saturday.
Okay.
And built up a bit of a following there.
Mm-hmm.
And then started going to neighborhoods and events and whatnot. And pretty soon it became a full-time job.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But my kids grew up just coming along with me. So
yeah, that my whole life, that's exactly what I did. I mean, my daughter literally had a playroom / nursery. My niece and my daughter, my sister and I worked together. We had clothing stores, and that's just how we did it. That's how we figured it out. So, is the hot dog stand still in business, and your husband running it, or
yes? So he runs it full time.
Wow.
And he's doing better and better with it than getting better jobs with it and whatnot than I ever did. And he's just really loving it.
So fantastic. You guys are like a total power couple. I love it. So what, is he parked anywhere now, or is he just doing special events? Where can we go get hot dogs?
So he sets up during lunch hours on the corner of Cornelius Road and Highway 21.
Okay.
A gravel lot there. If you Google the dog house, then the address.
The dog house.
The address.
And
comes
what are
right
they
up.
every day, Monday through Friday, or?
Usually Tuesday through Friday, but he posts on our Facebook page every week. So like this next week with the 4th of July, it's typically our busiest week with it. So he won't be there at all this next week because he's got events back to back.
Do you spell dog D-O-G or D-A-W-G?
No, traditionally.
D-O-G.
So that's the teacher in me.
Honey, will you take me out on a date this week to the dog house for a lunch?
That's my favorite dog.
We love hot dogs. Yeah.
Hot dogs.
Oh, that's great. Plain old.
Hot dog?
He likes plain ketchup, and
Plain.
Oh, mustard. Okay.
I got you, man. She knows more than I do.
All right, so this is exciting. I really like. So let's get quickly into what got you into doing what you do, which is scalp massages. Would you say scalp spa?
So I have a history in salons. When my husband and I first got married, and I quit the flight attendant life because I was based in Detroit and would have had to travel on all of my days off, and we would have basically never seen each other. So I quit that, and I still had my cosmetology license, and so I started working in salons. One in particular had just a beautiful shampoo room, darkened, very nice and cozy. And that's where I really got into, doing head massages.
Learning how talented you were. Yeah. Hang on one second. I'm going to ask you to hit pause because we have to end this segment, believe it or not. But that was on a good note. So, guys, this is where she discovers her talents. Don't go away. We'll see you in the second segment where we're going to talk about how the Haven Head Spa came to be. So we'll see you there. This segment of The Good Soul is brought to you by Erin Fisnick, certified luxury home specialist with Ivester Jackson, Christie's International Real Estate. Erin serves all levels of the greater Lake Norman region real estate market, and whether buying or selling, she is very much the lady who will deliver like no other. Many of us at Good Soul are also really happy clients. Erin can be reached at 704-728-5657 or reach out to me and I'll get you guys connected. Thank you, Erin Fisnick, and thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the Good Soul. Hey guys, welcome back to the Good Soul. We're on episode 64 and we are talking about a heavenly head spa. And I have Jess here, Jessica Beaver, and her business is called the Haven Head Spa, which is located in, what's the name of that shopping center? Is there a name for it? We'll just call it the Pisces Shopping Center in the Phoenix Suites. And we left off where we were trying to find out from her how she got into this business. So what you were saying was you had your degree in cosmetology, Miss Renaissance woman, by the way, and found yourself working in a hair salon.
Yes. So they had a nice darkened, relaxing shampoo room where they really encouraged you to give a nice head massage and make the shampoo longer, and in an effort to upsell some products and whatnot. But I just tended to have a knack for it, and I got a lot of compliments from customers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So when I saw this on social media, my first thought was, I want to go to something like this. And so I Googled, head spas near me, and there was nothing, especially not even in Charlotte at that time.
Mm-hmm. So when was this around?
Last March.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's really up and coming.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I realized that there were none around, I just started thinking like, well, maybe that's something I would like to do. Yeah. And the more research I did, the more I liked it.
Yeah. It seems like you really do have a mind for business. I mean, where there's an opportunity, you take it. A lot of people tend to go with what they're, not that this isn't your passion, but people really are led by, I was a hockey player, I'm going to be a hockey coach, or I was this. But you really, I feel like that's good of you to kind of take advantage and capitalize off of where there's holes in the market. Yeah. Because it's got to make sense,
Most people are afraid of change. I've always been someone to embrace it.
Yeah.
So switching careers several times in life, like it's got the scary element to it, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice too that you have your husband as your partner too. So you
absolutely.
guys can
I couldn't do any of it without him.
Yeah, I know. I say that about my husband all the time. I definitely couldn't do like half of what I do without his support. So I'm going to give you a funny story I tell this story every time I tell a new person who's intrigued about going for a scalp massage. We have this whenever we go on vacation, I say, honey, let's go get a massage. He's like, I'll get a massage. And I'm like, I always think like he's worried about like, boing, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah. And I always say like, and there's obviously nothing sexual at all about what you do, like not even close.
Right.
But I always say it is the most stimulating. Like as soon as your hands hit my scalp, it's like, my whole body's like tingles. It's like the most, I'm like, oh, that's why Maddie's afraid to get a massage. I'm like, I don't know how man's body would react to that sensation because it is so good. It's a form of like, I feel like you should learn a little bit about Reiki if you haven't already, because you really do have a gift. I mean, not everybody could do what you do. And for me, not only is it about just feeling good, it's also like for my mental health that there's something about, it's almost like you're saying to me while you're doing like, it's okay, Patti. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Do you feel like you're nurturing your clients in a lot of ways?
Absolutely. A lot of thought and care goes into every one of my sessions. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm not thinking about what's going on at home or what, problems I'm facing in life. All my thought and energy is on the customer in front of
Sure.
me. And it's very healing and rewarding for me too. And I have customers that come in that deal with all kinds of issues in life. Sometimes they're coming in to celebrate something. Sometimes they need that mental break. And just to be able to give them that mental break is just so rewarding.
Yeah. And there really is, to me, just a tangible difference between a traditional massage and a scalp massage. And I say that like in all the greatest ways. I think for me, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but it's mental for me too. It's very mental for me.
And I think that's one of the reasons I have customers repeatedly. I mean, I've heard this hundreds of times already. I feel more relaxed than if I had gotten a full body massage. Completely. And there's wonderful benefits to full body massage. I would never tell anyone not to go get that. Yeah. But we hold so much tension in our heads, our necks. And when you have that tension release and that mental release combined, it's really just a very special effect.
Yeah. So I've been told that, I learned this from Sandy Mari, who's a very brilliant yoga teacher here, that our short-term stress, like he's chewing too loud, or she's driving too slow in front of me, or God, that guy is tapping his pen in class, that short-term tension we hold in our necks. We tend to bring our shoulders up into our ears, and long-term trauma, stress, we hold in our lower backs and hips. So I don't know if that's important information for you to know, but for me, it's really important to know, because when I'm feeling stressed out, they always say there's nothing a deep breath or two can't cure. I always draw my attention to my neck, and it's very helpful for me. Yeah, not shoulder shrugs. The problem is you don't want a shoulder shrug.
Right.
Yeah. So the history, we'll get briefly into the history of scalp massaging really quick. And then I want to take our listeners through like a session with you. So where is scalp massage rooted? Where's the history?
So rooted in Asian culture.
Okay.
You'll hear a lot online about Japanese head spas. But what I found in just, digging deeper on the internet is every Asian culture seems to have their own take on it. You can get them in Thailand, you can get them in Korea. So
it's pretty multicultural.
Yeah.
You can get them in Mooresville.
Yes.
So new client coming in. Another thing that I think is really cool is the camera you have. So let's take
the scalp analysis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So basically like a microscope, it's part of the consultation with a visit, and we get a good up close look at the scalp and just, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Some people are completely grossed out by it, and some people absolutely love it. They're fascinated.
I'll take a picture of my scalp the next time I go in. So basically you're holding, it looks like a pen that you're holding. And then the monitor almost looks like Alexa, right in front of us. And she's like, that's your scalp. And I'm like, brother, ugh.
Yes.
It's crazy looking, right?
No.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Well, the hairs
what it looks like.
The hairs are really like big. And like for me as a blonde, which I'm not a natural blonde. So like my roots are like, I'm like, oh, my hair is so black on the camera. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So we come in, we sit down, we get an analysis of our scalp. What happens next?
So that analysis tells me a lot. So I have a big variety of supplies that I use to work on the hair. And so that tells me what I'm going to use on the hair that day and how I'm going to tailor the treatment to your scalp and hair.
Okay. So what would be an example? Like, would you use something different on my husband who's 59 years old and losing his hair? Like, are there different formulas that you use? What product lines do you use?
Yeah. So I use mainly my scalp line is called Morphosis. It's an Italian company, and they just came out about the same time that I opened.
Okay.
So they're sulfite free, natural based fragrance with essential oils versus, all these artificial fragrances. And I really love them.
Good.
So,
Okay.
I have several different shampoos depending on different scalp needs. If a man came in with hair loss, I would use a reinforcing shampoo on him and tailor the rest of the treatment, like the hair bath and whatnot, all toward hair loss.
Do people ever come in, like bald people? Like that just want their
I have
scalp
not
done?
I've had men come in with very short hair, but
Yeah.
nobody
Never a bald
yet,
person?
no.
That's interesting. Okay, so lay down on the table. What happens first?
So it depends on the person, really. So I do a variety of scalp oils or scalp detox. If they have a perfectly normal scalp, they're there for the relaxation and the experience, then we will most likely start with either a scalp scrub or just a nice shampoo and get right into the treatment from there.
I always go for the relaxation.
Yes.
And then what are different issues? That's a good question for like dandruff, hair loss. What else?
Yeah. So, I have a lot of customers that come in that have, dry, itchy scalp. They refer to it as dandruff and they're treating it as dandruff, but it's just a dry, itchy scalp. So that needs different treatment than dandruff because dandruff is a yeast infection of the scalp. So, we have, dryness, dandruff, dermatitis. I see a lot of psoriasis and a lot of ladies that, as they age, that they're dealing with hair loss as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So those are the main ones.
Yeah, that's a big one. I mean, stress and medications, weight loss. A lot of people now with these new medications where for weight loss that they're not eating as much. They say hair and nails is the first thing that suffers because you don't need your hair and nails, so your body knows that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the first thing to go, they say, if you're not getting the proper nutrition that you need. So what percentage of your clients come in for relaxation and what percentage come in for kind of, for a purpose,
I'd say probably 60% for the, overall experience and the other 40 for, for a purpose. They have something that they're dealing with.
Okay. So. All right. So we are going to wrap this up, segment 2. And in our next segment, we're going to get into really kind of more in depth on the services that you offer. Okay. So guys, come on back. We'll see you in just a few here on The Good Soul. Don't go away. Want a little bit more rainbows and unicorns in your life? Start your day with Good Soul Daily. Every morning, you'll find me in your inbox where I share a quick story, lesson, or quote to spark joy and inspiration. Come join our hundreds of daily readers and let's step into our new day together with my lighthearted, Pollyannic approach. I would be honored if you'd allow me into your heart and head where you are sure to be delighted and inspired. Text me over your email address to 704-618-7993 for your daily dose of happiness and reassurance that life is pretty darn awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to The Good Soul. We're on episode 64. Can't believe it. Woo woo. We're talking inside the Haven Head Spa. So as most of you know, but I just want to recap real quick that Jess is my head massage, my scalp massage. I don't know what goddess. She's got, I remember when my mother was in the hospital and she had cancer and she had gone in at one point. I don't know whether it was post-surgery or she had got pneumonia at one point. And my cousin Nina was there and we'd rub her feet and we'd rub her hands. And my mother used to say, she has magic hands.
Aww.
Yeah. And I feel like my daughter Molly too has magic hands. Like whenever she does my shoulders, it's like, because they're not as bad. I'm getting really a lot less stressed as I age. I think I'm doing a lot of really cool stuff. Last week we had on Ben Van Hook from the Live Well Spa in Mooresville. I'm doing a lot of work there, infrared and vibration therapy. So I'm not quite as stressed as I used to be. So
that's good.
Yeah. Well, you're a big part of it. So take us through the Haven Head Spa and what it's like, what it looks like, and also what kind of services do you offer? Tell us a little bit about your menu.
Yeah, so the 60-minute head spa is my main service, and then I kind of build all the other services. They're mostly, I would consider them to be add-ons around it. So you can book a mini facial, which includes a lot of facial massage. It's very relaxing.
Okay, I'm taking notes as you talk. Sorry.
Yeah, blow dry style, so you're leaving looking great.
Yeah.
And then our newest add-on service is our hair play. So that has been super popular.
What's that?
It's basically stroking the hair softly with different tools.
Ooh, let's do that next time.
Yeah.
How did I
So,
miss that?
it's very reminiscent of, having your head down on your mom's lap and she's just stroking your hair, and it's just so relaxing and comforting.
Oh yeah. I mean, who doesn't love? I even like getting my eyebrows done. I'm like, anybody does anything to me, I'm like, just touch me, and I'm like so relaxed and happy. That's really cute, and I like the name of it, hair play. That's really adorable. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about skincare. Do you have a specific line of skincare products that you use, and what's kind of the focus there?
So with our facials, the focus is relaxation. So I don't use a ton of product. I use a really great mask at the end of the service, and that's tailored toward the specific client's skin needs. Outside of that, I really use a couple of cleansers and some natural products like jojoba oil, which is really wonderful for the skin.
Yeah.
So the focus is really on relaxation. You leave looking glowy and beautiful.
Yeah.
And the pores get a great deep clean, but the overall, just enhancing the overall experience is my main goal.
Sure. I love the way you phrase that. And that's good because it's a lot less pressure too on the client. It's not like people are coming in like looking to worry so much about getting rid of the bags under their eyes and or the wrinkles, because that is going to come organically through the treatment, I think, and what you're doing, which is really good. Okay. How do you handle, there's different protocols for men and women, or is everything pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same.
Okay.
Men, their hair doesn't always take as long, so they might get a little extra massage here and there.
Yeah.
But going back to what you were saying in an earlier segment about men just not coming in as much because
they're afraid of things happening.
Yeah, I joke to my husband that he doesn't ever have to worry about a man hitting on me in there because I put him to sleep within the first 5 minutes.
That's a good one.
Please. I have not had a man come in that wasn't asleep in the first 5 minutes. So
I have one old friend who's a massage therapist who said that one of her clients hit on her once. But and I have a bunch of friends that are massage therapists. That's always the first thing. And no, that is horrible, and never do that, boys, which I know they know better. But anyway. Well, it's so funny because I always say when she's done, I'm like, sorry, I was snoring.
And I've had teenagers come in too, and I like the moms have to stay in the room with them. A parent has to stay in the room with them. But yeah, the 16-year-old boy, he was asleep 2 minutes flat. So
so funny. What's funny too is I remember the last time I was in, I was laying there and I'm like, I'm wide awake. Maybe I'm just not going to fall asleep for this, and that's fine. And then I woke up 8 minutes later. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not. I guess I am going to be awake for this one. Fantastic. So, how building this business? The equipment looks very state-of-the-art, sophisticated, and fancy. How did you go about learning about what you needed to do to get this place going?
Lots and lots of research. So, because the equipment generally hasn't been made in the U.S., it has to come from overseas. That was a bit that was foremost on my to-do list when I decided to open is finding where I can source the equipment. So which the main thing is the head spa bed that was needed. So I finally found a supplier that's kind of a middleman in the US and was able to get it shipped from Texas. From them.
I was going to ask you. So in the bed itself, it's obviously not a traditional massage table. It's there's a sink at the top where I put my head, and then is there a foot bath at the end? Did I notice that?
There is. So I traded up. I sold my first bed and bought that one with the intention of doing foot soaks, which I have right now. I've only offered them with special deals and packages. But yeah, it turns into like a big easy chair, and you can get your feet soaked.
That's
so
cool. Yeah, I want to do that. If I just said, Jess, can we do a foot soak one day?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, is it the ionic foot cleanse, or is it
not? I have
not?
a variety of bath soaks that are geared toward different things. So I do have one for detoxification, one for stress relief, and they're all blended with different essential oils, and it's all natural products. So they all have their own scents to them, and they're great.
That's great. Are you familiar with the ionic cleanse? Have you ever?
Yes.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I have not done it.
Oh my God! Don't. I just did it a couple weeks ago, and I mean, I've done it in my life. We had a massage. This room, is it this room? No, the room next door used to be a massage room.
Okay.
And Michelle Lally used to do massages in there, and she did the ionic foot cleanse. And the water, I mean, it turns, if you Google it, it'll show you a chart of all the different colors. But yeah, the water was like brown. I'm like, what is going on? So as Ben and I talked about on episode 63, that, you know, some say it's like hocus pocus, but you should definitely go try that.
Oh yeah.
And just being in your field, just kind of seeing what it feels like.
Absolutely.
Seeing what it feels like. Okay. So massage bed. The top of the bed that you use. Explain that. There's like a rainbow. What are the different components?
I just call it a halo.
A halo.
And so the sink is plugged up and the water recirculates through that halo. So that by that time your hair is nice and clean. And then I add different hair teas and whatnot to the water depending on your scalp or hair issues. So if you have, hair loss, if you've told me that your scalp, feels dry or your hair itself feels dry, then I'll typically add in like a rosemary hair tea. So that's great for hydration. It's great for stimulating blood flow to the head. And it just has a lot of wonderful benefits. Another favorite is apple cider vinegar. So I'll add that to the water. It's not the best smelling product I have, but it does miraculous things for the hair.
Like what?
So it helps to balance the pH of your hair, of your scalp and your hair. So if you're overly oily or dry, it just helps to even it out. It seals the cuticle of your hair down. It'll add shine and make it feel nice and silky. So just so many benefits. Yes.
I tried doing shots of it, but it like grosses me out so bad.
Yes. I've tried even making a tea out of it to drink, and it's a lot. It's strong.
Well, Bragg's even makes like beverages that you could buy at like, the Quick Trip.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's like, oh, so yucky.
It's one of those powerhouse things though. It's just so great for your body inside and out.
Yeah.
So is it good enough to drink it too, and it works on the head too?
It works on the head. It doesn't taste good to drink.
It doesn't.
But it is
healthy. We have it at the house.
Vinegar.
Yeah, I mean, I've made you do it. Yeah, I've made you. I put it in with your lemon water, right? I would put it in. I do lemon water and apple cider vinegar. Yeah, it'd be great for you. It'd definitely be great for you. Okay, so so speaking of, let's talk more about the benefits of a scalp massage and what that does for people.
Sure. So, of course, relaxation is a wonderful benefit for it. It stimulates blood flow and circulation. It helps incredibly with hair loss and just getting things, moving in the scalp and the hair. So it can help with regrowth faster. Of course, one treatment, if you come in once a year, it's not going to be a miraculous cure for anything, but with consistent bookings, then you can see results with that alone.
Yeah. That's right. I think that goes for any wellness routine. You have to be consistent. You have to. We have to hit pause. It's time to wrap up segment 3 already. It goes too fast, guys. Don't go away. We'll see you in a few here on The Good Soul. Who isn't looking to get happy and healthy and empower themselves in an extraordinary fitness community? At Good Soul Hot Yoga, we offer life-changing yoga, strength training, cycling, and relaxing therapeutic classes that will make everything in your life feel better. For some power, balance, and peace of mind, we will deliver. Come experience our spa-like wonderland in the center of Mooresville. We will become your happy place. Welcome back, everybody, to the Good Soul. Excuse me. We're on episode 64. I named it the Heavenly Head Spa, but of course, the name of Jess's business is Haven Head Spa. It's located in the Pisces Shopping Center in the center of Motown, Mooresville, North Carolina. So without further ado, on the break, we had left off talking about the benefits of scalp massage, and Jess had brought up to me during the break that migraines are also. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, I've had quite a few customers, two in particular with just chronic migraines where they're in constant. I mean, they live with the pain and left pain-free. And I can't, say that will work for everyone, but I just had a customer a couple weeks ago came in with a headache, and I did a little bit of facial massage. I just kind of incorporated it into the head massage treatment as well. And asked her at the end, I asked her, just how's your headache? And she thought for a moment and realized, oh, it's gone.
Hooray.
So, yeah.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note, do you have any favorite success stories that you can share with us?
Definitely. So what a head spa does is we help manage, symptoms of different scalp conditions. So I've had one customer in particular that came with just really terrible dandruff, struggled with it for years. And so I recommended her to my dermatologist, and she went. And, I love it when people,
they follow through.
Follow through, and
they take your advice.
Yep. They gave her a couple of things, including an oral medication that helped tremendously with it. And then she came back to me a month later and her scalp looked so much better. And she just came to me for maintenance with, keeping the flaking under control and just getting the last bit of it off. Yeah. And it worked.
Something black, you gotta,
I know, it's a nightmare, dandruff when you're wearing black.
Yes.
I didn't mention this to you in the beginning, but I do want to get into, so Jess is expanding her business, which is really what we want to dedicate this last segment to, because I'm really excited to share with everybody all the things that you guys are going to be offering. But how did you go about marketing this business? And was it, in the beginning, was it a challenge getting up and running, or were you like, nope, we opened the doors and,
Well, I've made a lot of connections with the hot dog stand. Okay. So I just used every connection that I could. I got us in the paper. Okay. I got us on as many social media outlets as I could. I got us on WSIC, and all before we even opened officially. Fantastic. So I used all the strings that I could and got the word out there. I still feel we're kind of Mooresville's best kept secret right now because I'm, I don't have the big sign out front for people to drive by and whatnot, but you will.
Yes. All right. So let's talk about that then. Tell everybody what you're doing.
So our new location is going to be in the Coles and Belk Shopping Center. So right down the road from where we are now, hopefully reopening by the end of August.
Okay.
And we will be in a bigger space. So offering more services, 2 head spa rooms so people can come in together. We'll be offering full facials at that point with Korean skincare, which is, if you know anything about skincare, Korean skincare is known as being cutting edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll also offer full body massage, but the services I'm most excited about are foot spa services. So in the front, we'll have 4 chairs for luxury foot soaks, where you can come in, get a nice botanical foot soak, and then add on massage to it. So you could come in and get a foot and leg massage, a scalp and shoulder, hand and arm massage, up to 40 minutes.
Wow.
And then
no pedicure service though.
Yes.
Oh, you are going to do pedicures.
We'll have another 4 chairs.
Okay.
0 gravity chairs, and
Love
we'll
it.
offer a 0 gravity pedicure.
Oh, wow.
Which there's only 2 other places in all of North Carolina that I know of that offer it.
Is that a thing? A 0 gravity?
Yes.
So what makes a 0 gravity pedicure different than a regular pedicure?
So the 0 gravity chair is like the magic
I want to look it up.
So yeah, it leans you back to a weightless position. It's got a lot of health benefits to it.
It's so funny that you say that because, well, first of all, we always laugh because the hippiest of hippie yoga instructors, one thing we all have in common is everybody gets pedicures. It doesn't matter. You could have like your armpit hair hanging down, but you still get pedicures. And so I get gel. So I go once a month, and I'm like, the chair does not go back far enough. It's like if it just went even another like 3 inches. And I'm excited to hear that I'll be able to like lay back and fall asleep.
Go to sleep again.
Go to sleep. I'm going to be snoring. I'm going to be snoring in Jess's face again. Oh my God.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so 0 gravity pedicures.
Yes, so you'll get a very nice foot and leg massage with that. We'll be using a nail polish line, including gel that is free of like formaldehydes and all the nasty ingredients that can be in nail polish, and still last though. Okay, so we're really
they will
excited
be
about
gel
that.
Or they won't be gel.
There will be gel, but more of a natural base.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed. Okay, so here's a good question. Are you changing the name at all?
I'm not. It'll
still be
Head Spa will still be our signature service and where we started.
Okay.
So yes, I'm keeping the name.
You don't want to put like and feet too at the bottom or something like that?
Maybe at some point.
Yeah, maybe at some point. Well, we'll just keep spreading the word. That's really cool. So cool. So what else? So okay, so foot soaks, 0 gravity pedicures.
You can get a manicure as well.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
we just won't be doing acrylics and that.
Yeah,
type of
like
thing.
the fancy schmancy nail art. None of that. Here's another one. Well, it's so funny you're saying all this. What got me into getting massages regularly in my life was when I was going through my divorce, and I was sad all the time, and just down. It's a hard time, and I was getting a pedicure one day, and I'll never forget Anna at Nails Plus in Red Bank. She was rubbing my feet, and I was like in ecstasy. And I had gotten massages here and there in my life, but I was like, Anna, oh my God, you have magic hands. You have the best massages. And she's like, oh, Patti, we do. She was from Dominican Republic. Oh, Patti, we have massage room here. I could do a massage in the back. And it was a nail salon, and it was like basically a half a block from my office. Like I walked out the back door of my business, and I was there. And I started going. She would do 30-minute massages, and I would go like every week. It was so great. It was like, and that's what got me really into the massage thing to begin with, was my pedicures, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do private parties?
We will be available for that, yes.
Okay. What about like kids' parties and stuff like that? Or you're like, no way, Jose.
maybe teenagers. And I do get I get quite a few kids that their parents bring them in for I have kind of a secret menu item. So,
okay. I love it.
Yeah. So, we also offer like a shampoo and blow dry service. So, kids can come in and get like an express, head spa service in that 30 minutes. Okay. And then get their hair blown out for $75.
Wow. Okay.
So I'll have, 7, 8, 9-year-olds come in, and that's, their little spa day, and they enjoy it so much.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Great Wolf Lodge. They have the spa. Have you ever been there with your kids?
Oh yeah. But I didn't know that they had a kids spa.
At least our Great Wolf Lodge, and I mean ours in the Poconos when I was living in New Jersey, they had the spa, and like all of the products they use were like cotton candy themed and strawberry themed, and but that was like really fun. It was my daughter's first experience in going to a spa, which was really cool. What else? So any other services that we're missing in the new place?
I don't think so. I mean, we do offer, I had neglected to mention shampoo and blow dry, but it's, such an elevated experience outside of just going to a salon. And, your average salon, the shampoo and conditioner lasts 5 minutes at the most, and then you get your hair blown out. You still get a good 15-minute head massage with this. You get a deep conditioning treatment, and that alone lasts 30 minutes. And then you get the blow dry style with that for a total of an hour service. And it's just a great price for it.
Yeah. How much? What is the price?
$75.
$75.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. It's funny because a lot of people, a lot of women I know, I always think of Patti Sciaffa, Bruce Springsteen's husband. My friend used to do her blowout every week. She would go to their house and blow out Patti Sciaffa's hair. I have to wash my hair every day because I have a hot yoga studio. So that's non-negotiable for me. Okay. So as we wrap up, we only have about just over a minute. Tell me what you're doing. Like your mission is what in order to make the world a better place and to enhance people's lives. Tell me how you think you're achieving that through your business.
First of all, with providing great customer experience, that's my number one goal over anything else is, I want the customer to feel like they should have paid more because it was worth every penny, and just treating every person like they matter and that we care about them and they're not just a number. The second would be just providing a wonderful experience to where they want to come back and they feel like it's a safe place for them.
Okay. Yeah, I can revert back to The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. It's a great book, and if you haven't read it yet as an entrepreneur, you should. It's only about a 2-hour read, and one of his greatest laws on laws of getting rich is that you give more in life value than you receive in cash value. So I always say to people, like in my mind here, for $99 a month, people come in and take yoga, and the power that we give them to be better mothers, better lovers, better drivers, to be better money makers, like all the things. And it sounds to me like you're doing husbands, wives, everything. And I am living proof and a true testament to you meeting your mission, because I absolutely love coming to your place, and I'm actually going to go online and book my treatment for this week.
Well,
so
thank you.
I hope you don't get sick of me, because
No.
I'm one of your biggest fans. So Jess, I want to thank you so much for being here. Tell us where they can find you online and on the internet, on social media and on the internet.
So Facebook and Instagram is at haven.headspa.
Okay.
And online is havenheadspa.com.
Okay. We are going to put that in our description. Guys, go see Jess. Support this lovely, amazing goddess of a female. I'm so proud of all the things, like all the entrepreneur. I love the hot dog. I just everything. You really inspire me. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm sure you all feel the same. Catch up with us on WSIC between 4 and 5 on Tuesdays. And of course, all your social platforms, you can find us. So keep coming back, and we'll keep giving you the good stuff here on The Good Soul. Thanks, Manny. By the way, I love you. My sidekick over here. Bye, guys.